Have you ever wondered what's actually in those store-bought broths, or why homemade stock just tastes different, often richer, deeper, and more comforting? The good news is, it's not hard to make your own. You can do it with ingredients you already have, and it makes everything you cook taste better. Hi friend, come on in. Today I'm making a rich, flavorful stock that I'll use in several different meals. A good stock or bone broth is one of the most versatile things you can make in your kitchen. It builds flavor into soups, sauces, gravies, casseroles, and it's even delicious on its own as a warm drink before a meal. I'm using turkey bones here, but you can do the same thing with chicken, beef, or even roasted vegetables. I like to save bones and drippings in a freezer bag until I have enough to make a full pot of stock. In a large stock pot, I'm adding all the bones. I try to remove as much meat as I can first. Boiled meat tends to get tough and stringy, so I'd rather enjoy that separately and just use the bones and bits that cling to them. Next, I pour in any pan drippings I saved. When I roast poultry or meat, I often toss a few pieces of onion and carrot into the pan. Those caramelize into the drippings and make both the gravy and the stock taste incredible. If I have giblets from a turkey or chicken, I throw those in too. I like to rinse any roasting pans, gravy pots, and even the mashed potato pot into the stock pot to catch every bit of flavor. It's all about building flavor at this point. Now I add just enough water to cover the bones. To continue building flavor, into the pot goes a quartered onion, a couple of bay leaves, and anything else I have on hand. Maybe a handful of peppercorns, a sprig of thyme, or some parsley stems. I actually keep a bag in my freezer of vegetable trimmings, carrot peels, celery tops, and onion skins, and I grab a handful for my stock. It's a great way to cut down on waste and use every bit. Don't add salt yet. The liquid will reduce as it simmers, and you don't want it to become too salty. You can always season it at the end. Bring the pot up to a boil, then immediately lower it to a gentle simmer. Cover it and let it go for about 12 hours. The long simmer draws out the gelatin, minerals, and flavor from the bones, giving the stock that full-bodied texture that jiggles when cold. If you're not comfortable leaving it on overnight, you can start it first thing in the morning. Or use a slow cooker, a roaster oven set to low, or even a pressure cooker. Or if you only have a few hours, simmer it for 4 to 6 hours instead. That's a traditional stock. Here's how to tell the difference. A broth is made mostly from meat and vegetables and cooks for a shorter time. It's light and flavorful, great for soups. A stock is made from bones and vegetables, simmered for several hours. It has more body and depth. A bone broth is basically a stock that has been simmered for 12 hours or more to extract every bit of collagen and nutrition from the bones. They're all delicious, and you can use them interchangeably in most recipes. After simmering, I like to uncover the pot and let it reduce for another hour or two to concentrate the flavor. Then I strain it through a fine mesh sieve into another pot or large bowl. At this point, I let it cool before refrigerating it overnight. Chilling it allows the fat to solidify on top so it's easier to remove. Too much fat can give the stock a greasy mouthfeel, so I scrape off what I can. There's no need to scrape it all off. I leave some for a little flavor. That fat doesn't have to go to waste. You can save it for roasting vegetables or frying potatoes. Just don't pour it down the drain. It can clog pipes and cause problems down the line. Literally. Once defatted, your stock is ready to season and use. You can sip it warm, cook rice or grains in it, use it as a soup base, or freeze it for later. If the flavor seems a little light, simmer it down to reduce the water content and concentrate the taste. Then season it with salt or herbs once it's perfect. The bones at this point are spent. You can discard them, or if you want, you can add fresh water and make what's called a second stock. If you want a really flavorful stock, Add fresh bones to the current stock and simmer for another 12 hours to make what's called a double stock for an even richer result. And that's all there is to it. Homemade stock or bone broth adds depth and comfort to just about everything you make. What's your favorite way to use stock? Let me know down below so we can all share ideas. If you love learning how to make pantry staples and build flavor from scratch, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got more recipes and techniques coming your way. Thanks for hanging out with me today.